but in the back is where the money is. You see that? All of these vintage tickets. We have Grateful Dead. This is all 80s. Journey from 1980. Guns N' Roses.
Sell the right item the right way. American Arbitrage.
A great day to thrift in Vegas is on Mondays because Savers is half off. All the Savers in Las Vegas. So I think there's like 6 of them. I'm not sure. There's 2 that I love. The Charleston one, and I think the other one's Tropicana. And they have some ones in North Vegas by the Air Force Base and a couple others as well in like Henderson. So we're going to hit them all today. We're going to find some great deals, and I'm going to take you along and you can see what we get. Here we are about to go to the first Savers on Charleston Boulevard. 50% off everything on Monday. So we're going to have a good time, see what we can find. This is only the second time I've been to the half-off days at Savers in the Vegas area. The competition is fierce here. There was one lady who was just throwing bags of toys into her cart, filling it up. I had to think quick. I did find this. This is a Sleek Knight, brand new in the package. Not $4, it's $2. It's half off. That's worth about $9 or $10 plus shipping. Definitely worth a buy. Just looking for all sorts of stuff. I was throwing anything that looked interesting into the cart. I have no problem doing that. I can look stuff up or go through it at a slower pace later once it's in my cart and safe in my possession. This is a cool modern, not My Little Pony, but Strawberry Shortcake. Bandai made it. Not worth it though, unfortunately. The WWE Rumbler figures sometimes can be decent if you find them in lots. I looked at the tour bus. I just decided against it. This is a brand new in the package UFC figure, $4. If it was $1 or $2, I probably would have taken a chance on it. This one wasn't worth that much. There is another one coming up that was worth a few dollars more, and I did get that one. This is made by Little Tykes. It's a RC car, kind of like a tank. It just, without the remote, I decided it wasn't worth the chance. I wasn't 100% sure if it worked or not. Put it in my cart because I was still making decisions at that point, but I decided against it ultimately. Here I'm going to find the other UFC figure. Package is messed up, but it was a little bit better marginally. It was right on the fence. I love that kind of stuff. I was kind of bummed I had to put the other one down, or I decided to put the other one down, so I'll make a few bucks and I'm happy with that. I spotted a super cool sports-related red mug right here. I'm like, yes, $1.49, half off, 75 cents. Major damage. Unfortunately, couldn't get it. It wasn't going to be a huge seller, but it's stuff that I don't mind sitting on and I can make a few bucks on. But when it's damaged like that, you have to walk away. That's just how the cookie crumbled. Here is a Welcome to Vegas mug. Obviously, you're going to find a whole bunch of Welcome to Vegas stuff when you're in Vegas. There's another mug on the bottom that I'll show you here in a moment. Sometimes tourist stuff is good. I just think that stuff is a little bit too oversaturated. Everybody from everywhere goes to Vegas or has been there, it seems, so I just stayed away from that stuff. Here's a bag of toys that I got from the collectible area, half off. One bag is Disney Infinity. I've done well selling individual ones. Some of them are actually quite valuable. If not, I'll lot them up. I should be able to make a few bucks. And the other bag is Skylanders. That was a borderline one, but it's fun to go through, so I bought it. Taking a quick gander at the electronics stuff, see if there isn't anything that I wouldn't want to buy. I am not seeing much of anything. I would love to see, an Atari Jaguar or something, but it just wasn't meant to be that day, unfortunately. Always like to take a look at the sporting goods stuff as well. You never know what you might find. I'm not huge into sporting goods. I do like them. I just haven't sold as many as I probably should have throughout the years. Gloves, I'm looking at to see if there isn't something I can't get for the upcoming baseball season. Thought that was interesting because it says Hilton on it. That is unique, but I ultimately decided against it. Now, right around the bend here, I did find something pretty good. It's a Rock Band Guitar Hero kind of controller. $3.50 with the half off price, and it's worth about $35 plus shipping. Well, that was hectic. There was a lot of people there, more than I'm used to. I got to the toy section. There was a lady just throwing bags of toys in her cart, so I didn't really look through them as thoroughly. At first I was throwing bags in, and then I went through them later. Not bad at all. We're on to the next one. We're going to the Savers on Tropicana, I believe it is. So wish us luck. That was hectic. It's might be picked over a little bit, but that's okay. I don't mind it picked over. I'll still find stuff. Arriving at the second Savers on Tropicana. Let's go. There might not. Hopefully there's a few carts. It was a busy day at all the Savers, and we lucked out. Exactly 2 carts left, so that's awesome. I picked these up because I thought they were going to be Jim Shore. That wasn't. These 2 were. Jim Shore is a great brand to look for. Colorful, kind of early 2000s stuff. These are like jewelry trinket boxes. They go for about 30 a piece. Got them each for $5. Not bad. Here we go, a bag of Disney toys. They're mostly frozen, little action figure toys. Not bad. Overall, you're going to see that on a Monday especially, the toy aisle is sparse. There is not as many bags as I'm accustomed to, and there wasn't quite as much to find. They have massive rows of the bigger toys here at the Savers in Las Vegas. You occasionally will find a decent bigger item. I try to stay away in general from bigger toy items just because of the shipping cost. Small toys are so much better because you can ship them first class every time, and they're just not a big hassle. This is what I would call Picker's Fool's Gold. It looks better than it is, has a lot of yellowing, and also just not worth much more than the $7.50 I'd have to pay. This, I believe, was a business card holder. I couldn't figure it out. It looks like a base of a statue, but I believe it's actually a business card holder. I do believe I picked that up because it's unique. This is a neat little statue. It's a Mormon temple. Had no brand, so I didn't get it. Next up, we have a Star Trek ship right there. Just wasn't enough money in that. I thought that was just kind of like a cool random Monopoly, but it is a knockoff, so I passed on it. Off to our third Savers of the day. Let's see what I can find. So many cool toys to look through at all of these Savers in general. Just the big toys I stay away from unless I'm seeing a Teddy Ruxpin or, something really unique and interesting. The shipping is usually going to make it not worth your time because it's going to just be no profit in it. I took a look at this jacket. I'm not a huge clothes seller, as you guys know. It's an NFL brand. I imagine that's probably about 10, 15 years old. I so wanted to get this Clay Matthews jersey, but at the price, even at half price, it was too expensive for me to be able to get any profit out of it, in my opinion. So I had to pass. I love jerseys. I love video games, but that market over the last 10 years has really become super competitive, and it's harder to find good deals and make money on it. Here's the plush section. You're always going to be able to find a good deal here if you really look. That Rick and Morty I decided to pass on. I believe it was like $2 after the half off, so I didn't want to spend $2 on it. This Ninja Turtle I probably could have made a few bucks on, but I didn't want to deal with it based on the size. Next up, we got one of my favorite things to find on the shelf. Can you see it? A bobblehead. This is a Thomas Hurdle. He's a hockey player for the San Jose Sharks. It was like a Christmas special edition one. He was wearing a suit. I love minor league stuff. This is a minor league lunchbox. Here in Utah, we have the Salt Lake Bees. Mike Trout played for them, and any stuff with the Salt Lake Bees and Mike Trout sells well. Picked this up at the Savers in the collectibles bin. Usually $25. It was $12.50. I was just looking through it, thought it was probably going to be cards, and the cards are cool. A lot of 80s rock bands, but they're not worth too much. But in the back is where the money is. Do you see that? All of these vintage tickets. We have Grateful Dead. This is all 80s. Journey from 1980. Guns N' Roses. We have AC/DC. There's some ones of people who have passed away like Sam Kinison and Frank Zappa. There's a pretty nice Ozzy Osbourne one in here as well. Look at that Ozzy. That is just amazing. I believe these will get like $5 at least a piece. Some of them will get $10, $15 a piece. I'm super stoked about it. Great find. Heading into one more Savers before we head back up to St. George. Wish me luck. One super underrated section of any thrift store is the art section. Always check that out. I didn't find anything, unfortunately, but it's always worth a gander. Always look for numbered art prints. Those are probably the biggest indicators that the art could have some value. Was looking at that piece of electronics. Not sure what it was. Didn't do the research. There could have been a few dollars in it, but I decided against it. You're going to find Budweiser Steins everywhere. They're not worth a ton, but if they're $1 or so, it's not a horrible thing to pick up. Here is a Care Bear item. It's a knockoff. My name is Carrie, my real name, and growing up, I was always Care Bear. Here's Dawn finding me an awesome piece right here, this Harley Davidson Snow Globe. No-brainer buy. Problem is, I was doing some looking afterwards, and it was glued back together, as well as the bottom issue. As you saw, it didn't have the cover. I was going to buy it without the cover, but with the re-gluing and everything, I decided against it. Here's another snow globe. It got me in the snow globe mood. Decided to take a second look because there is a football player that appears to be an Ohio State Buckeye, but unfortunately it's not official Ohio State merchandise, so I didn't buy it. If it were, I would have bought it and I would have sold it and made some money. Going to take a gander on this other side as well, see if there's anything I overlooked, and there probably was, but there was nothing that caught my eye, so I decided to move on to my favorite section, the toy section, and this toy area was a lot more stocked up than the other ones. We were kind of outside of the main part of Vegas at this point. I love the plush bags. Oftentimes you're going to find a couple small plushes in there that can make you a few dollars. A lot of McDonald's toys in these bags as well, fast food items. If they're vintage, they're good, or if there's a lot of them, you can lot them up and make a little bit of money, but I'd stay away from those in general. Just taking a last gander at this area as well, and I just was not finding anything that was something I was interested in. So I was going to call it a day and end my thrifting trip in Vegas. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been about a week since I filmed that. I have a full-time job as well, so I've been busy there, and I haven't had time to edit it as I wanted to. Finally got around to it. So here it is. I want to give you an update on those tickets. I've posted about 8 or 9 of them so far, and I've sold 2. First off, I sold an Iron Maiden ticket from 1984. It sold for $15 plus shipping. And second, I sold a Kiss ticket from the 80s. It was, on that ticket as well, was an opening act, Queensryche. That was their first tour ever. So that actually added a little value. And I got $25 plus shipping on that. I love these tickets. It's kind of like baseball cards. It's just people love to collect them. I think a lot of them have good artwork, so they're going to use them, you know, for displays or stuff like that as well, or just as memories. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe down below, and have a wonderful day.